Dungeon is a party turn-based dice rolling strategy RPG roguelike. Now in the demo you start with 3 heroes. You'll later be able to unlock another hero during the demo. Each character does have their own theme. The 3 to start: Paladin, who is a primary tank with taking a lot of hits. Then you have your Pyromancer. This is kind of like your typical DPS, flexible for most situations, has some melee attacks close range, but also has big fire attacks like Fireball. Now there is the Druid, is the one who kind of is the categorical healer for the group, also able to dish out big spikes of damage with lightning attacks. There is another character, but I won't really be getting into it, but it is a hunter, basically just an archer using arrows and bear traps and stuff like that along those lines. Now there are more characters, but not available in the demo, but you do unlock more skills as you go on. There are a lot of skills that you can unlock, that being from equipment or just from leveling up from your character's skill tree. Once you've selected your 3 heroes, you venture forth in this mission-based area. You kind of go to a selection of an island. In this island, there's missions. You go to each mission. You can look at what the rewards are, and some are harder than others at the start depending on which ones you're doing. After you complete each mission, you will have a baseline of rewards, so you'll always be getting some amount of gold, some amount of skill points to level up your characters, which I'll be discussing in a moment. But there's also cool little bonus that you can do. So if you do like something particular, say like mark an enemy with a particular type of spell, and you have to do it 3 times as the little bonus objective pops up for you. Once completed, you get like a little bonus reward. Most of the time it's gold primarily, and don't feel too bad if you don't get these bonus objectives, because a lot of the time the extra gold isn't going to make or break anything per se, but it is just a little nice bonus onto what you have, because you can still functionally get a lot out of each reward from each mission, so you aren't really missing out too much on it. So don't feel bad if you don't get to be able to complete these bonus objectives. Now the style of the game is turn-based, so you will be rolling dice at the start of every game. Depending on what level you are, you'll be earning more dice. So you have a set of dice, and then each dice that you do roll with its static roll, you will be able to select 1 dice and use it with an ability. So for example, if I have a character and I want to heal with it, I go to the heal spell, and then I spend 1 of my dice of my choosing of what roll I want to spend on which ability. Now, there are skills that allow you to use some abilities more than once. Sometimes there's abilities that let you get better movement speed or roll more dice for your next turn. There is each kind of like a little quirk with each kind of skill that you have, and depending on the character that you are playing in your party, and you are using your party to take down various tasks within that mission. Sometimes it can be defending a house that is being attacked, so enemies will spawn in and try to attack, and your job is to quickly kill those attackers before they attack and destroy the house or whatever it is. Some other missions do consist of trying to save somebody, so going over to a cage and opening it with some of your dice to use as an action. Sometimes it takes 2 or 1. Sometimes it requires breaking something. A lot of the time, whenever you are in a mission, it is pretty clear what you're going to be doing most of the time. There are also escort missions where you are supposed to be escorting in every turn. After your heroes have kind of taken their turn and enemies have taken theirs, the escort quest that will be happening, the character that you're supposed to be escorting, so that can be like a horse and carriage or something, it will move to its end area of the zone, but just be sure to complete bonuses before it eventually does move to the last part of the map, because you will miss out on bonuses if you do not get it in time. So that's something also to worry about or think about when you are playing. The gameplay is very fun. I really enjoy being able to build my characters up and get skill points, and you get skill points after each mission, and you can allocate them evenly, or you can allocate them into 1 character, for example. So let's say whenever you do complete a mission, you get 3 skill points, so you can split those evenly or every which way you want. But don't worry if you do not spend them how you want. You can refund them at any time, really easy. As long as you are not in combat, you just open up your character sheet, refund all the skills, and then you are able to spend and allocate them however you please. And there is also some items as well that you will come along in your journey. You will get them. Some are one-time uses in combat. Sometimes they can be just added as an extra skill for your character that are not consumed, but they will regenerate after the level is over. So it's kind of like a one-time thing in that combat mission. Some of the items can consist of passive bonuses. Some can consist of specific bonuses to specific characters and specific spells even. So for example, like I got this item that increased my damage for all of my lightning spells for my druid, and it was great and awesome because it added a big modifier to the base damage of it, and it just created a lot of fun and flexibility. I saved up all my money, and it was a good chunk of my money, about 50% of the gold that I had earned over a few missions, but it was totally worth it and very fun and rewarding to buy and get that and see my character evolve into such a stronger character with just the one single item. It was epic of rarity. And of course, where did I buy this? I did buy this from a shop that you unlock at some point. And once you have completed a whole entire island, you kind of have like a base of operations island where you kind of have all of your collection of stuff. So once you have completed an island completely, which will be the end of the demo, when you return home to your base island, you'll have your shop, you'll have all the characters that you've unlocked, and you'll, generally speaking, have in an evolving kind of village on your island, essentially. So you can come there kind of as the central game hub once you have unlocked more and more and more items. This is a single player game. You aren't going to be playing with your friends in this, technically speaking, but I could totally see if you were playing on the couch, for example, playing with somebody and handing it over the controller when it's their specific character's turn, let's say. But to be clear, this is a single player game. There is no multiplayer online. It is just a single player game. And when it came to some of the boss fights for the last end of the island, I actually had a little bit of a struggle. I almost actually ended up having one of my characters die, and I did not die during the demo. I do have a pretty good basis of understanding of how to play these types of games, but it was pretty close. I got pretty lucky. The AI were a little bit silly in terms of who they were targeting, and I also got very lucky with a couple of items that I had that really saved my life. That was a special fish that would give enemies debuff to basically remove their dice. And because most enemies only have 1 or 2 dice a lot of the time, I'm sure that'll change in the future once you kind of progress through the game, but I eventually ended up having like 4, 5, 6 dice as you kind of progress through the game with certain abilities, or just baseline. As you level up, you'll have a default kind of extra dice roll, and there's those other things that can remove or add extra dice rolls, so you can have more actions essentially based on however many abilities you have. So it can definitely increase in complexity with every move. It definitely is a very interesting game. Not to mention a lot of like the claymation characters are kind of cute and silly in that kind of way, where they are very charming in the way they kind of move and do things. It definitely does have some type of appeal. It definitely is very kind of that charming kind of style with like claymation. And not to mention, I do like a lot of the music. The music is very enjoyable to listen to. It definitely is a great soundtrack. And overall, honestly, I didn't really see many issues with this game. But if you take your time and really enjoy turn-based games where you kind of have a party and you're going and doing challenges and battles, this definitely is the game for you. I actually had a really fun time. This game did just come out really recently. There is a demo, so if you want to play the demo, figure out if you like it, and then you can actually continue on from where you left off in the demo when you buy the game. There are certain difficulties to it. I definitely recommend just playing the normal if you're not used to this type of style of game. I didn't really try to play any harder, but I was using a lot of brain power on the last boss fight. A lot of up until that point wasn't too difficult, but making the right decisions later on is definitely going to be what you need to do and kind of plan and strategize, because this is a tactical RPG where you need to plan and kind of figure out what you're doing. And there is strategy to this game, and there's character building. So building your character in a very strong way can really help and really change things. And obviously you can kind of test stuff out where you can remove skills and kind of adjust your character for the style of gameplay you kind of want to play. If you want to play super defensively or really aggressively, get those attacks in, be really aggressive. I played and completed the demo in basically one sitting. It took like about an hour, maybe like an hour and 30 minutes. There are multiple islands, but it does have a good amount of playtime for the cost. This game did just come out the 16th of February in 2026. So this is a very recent game that came out, and I've been enjoying this. I bought the game and I've really been enjoying how this game plays. I'm very excited to see what's to come. And if you guys are interested in kind of seeing more, let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, stuff like that. If you guys have an interest in this game, I will cover more about it. So this game definitely is complex enough for someone who really wants to use strategy and also who really likes building up characters and party style play with turn-based. There's some dice rolling involved. I know when most people hear that, they might be a little bit turned away from it. A lot of the time, this is very acceptable and very fun. The dice don't really get in the way of anything. It's this kind of like an interesting, fun way to use your abilities. Overall, I would recommend you buy this game. It's only 25 Canadian. I had quite a blast going through this, and I'm very excited to kind of see what's in the future of playing further into the game. It seems very, very fun. I've really enjoyed myself, and I played for like an hour 30 minutes, and I did that straight. So I was just really enjoying the game and really wanted to see what came next. So I definitely recommend this game. It's not too bad for its price range. I definitely think you'll get your money's worth out of it if you definitely like those styles of game. Definitely is a very fun game. So make sure to check it out on Steam, because I've been having a blast just with the demo of it. So it's definitely just free to try. So try it out, see what you guys think. And then if you feel like you guys want to buy it, you can definitely buy it. I definitely had a blast with it. So let me know what you guys think of the game, and you guys have a fun time. Okay, so that's it for the video. Thanks for watching and have a good day.